When I first released my debut game, Wizard Shrimp, it went about as well as I expected. I had 65 sales in the first 2 weeks, with a large chunk of that just being friends and family. I never really expected it to do that well. I always thought of this game as a learning process. It was my first proper game that I actually released for money, and I learned a huge amount while making it. It took me 2.5 years. I made it in my spare time whilst working a full-time job. I was pretty happy with the 65 sales in a couple of weeks, and I was eager to start my next project as well as release a few updates for Wizard Shrimp. So between 1st of January 2025 and the 27th of January 2025, I sold another 62 copies, and I was really happy to get over 100 sales in just over a month. I said to myself at the start that I just wanted to sell more copies than I had downloads of my last game, which was free on itch.io, and that had about 40 downloads, so I was already really happy that I surpassed those 40, and I also said that I would be completely over the moon if I sold more than 1,000 copies of Wizard Shrimp in my first year. So I was well on my way to that as well. So yeah, everything going great. Around the 28th of January, I made another TikTok video promoting the game. I've been doing this fairly regularly. I thought nothing of it at the time, just sort of jumping on another trend and vaguely linking it to the video game to try and get some people interested. So the trend was the "you're so funny" trend. If you're not familiar, it would be like a short video of someone kind of fake smiling or something, and the caption would be "you're so funny, thanks, I was an alcoholic for 5 years," or something like equally sad, usually some like childhood trauma or something like that. I kept seeing this, so I thought, okay, I'll do a quick one and give it a caption. So I put the caption as "you're so funny, oh thanks, I spent 4,000 hours making a game that 30 people played." Obviously both of these numbers slightly exaggerated. I haven't worked out the exact amount of hours I spent on Wizard Shrimp, but it's probably closer to 2,000. And at that point I think I had around 120 sales. But that's the point of these TikTok trends, right? Exaggerate a bit and maybe get a couple people to check it out. I mean, that's what I thought anyway. I had no idea the amount of hate that this video would get. I can't show you the comments on that particular video because it's actually been removed from TikTok, but I can show you the comments on my other videos. The video itself got to 2 million views in 2 days, and then it got taken down. My other videos got boosted massively because of it, and the trailer that I put out for Wizard Shrimp as well on my TikTok has reached like 800k views. I think it's almost on 1 million now as well. So I can show some comments from that one and from some other ones. I'll show them on the screen as I keep talking. But yeah, the ones on the actual video were kind of in the same spirit as these, just people saying, "Oh, it looks trash. Oh, 30 people is generous. I can see why no one played it. 4,000 hours, you wasted your life," kind of thing. And at the start, this actually did affect me quite a bit. I mean, I knew the game wasn't incredible, that the art wasn't the best, but I had no budget and I never thought of myself as an artist. I just wanted to make a fun, silly game. The first day was quite rough. Lots of abuse, not really warranted in my opinion, and I did struggle not to take it personally. I felt like I'd failed, even though I had surpassed my expectations. I didn't really want people pointing out all the flaws in the game, despite the fact that 99% of these people were making a snap judgment on a 30-second video and they'd not actually played the game. But fortunately, as the video got more and more traction, I dealt with it better and better, mainly because the views started to translate into sales, pity or not, and lots of people who tried it actually really enjoyed it. And I started getting some good reviews, even got a few streamers and YouTubers to play it, notably Big Tug, whose video is sat on, I think, like 10k views. I'll put the actual view count here. And in 4 days, my sales went from 120 in the first month to 1,100, and I was completely overwhelmed and surprised by this. The positive reviews were rolling in too, and suddenly I was feeling grateful for all the hate. I even got a few people making reaction, like drama responses to it on TikTok, with one TikToker essentially doing 2 "leave Britney alone" style videos saying that the hate that I was getting was unnecessary and that people should be kinder. Those videos are up here, and those 2 reaction videos now have like 1 million and 1.9 million views. Crazy numbers. Anyway, so after a while, as these things usually do, all the chat around it died down, but not before I got around 1,100 sales, which I completely put down to this TikTok drama, or whatever you want to call it. This whole thing happened while the game was 50% off, and so each copy was sold for £2.49. So after Steam took their cut, I probably made around £2,000 just from this one video. If you want a detailed breakdown of all the income and expenses of the company, I did make a video detailing it all, so the link is in the description. Basically, long story short, all of this money has gone straight back into the company, and I'm using it to make the next game. As well as that, all of the hate comments has kind of inspired me to do better. A lot of the comments were kind of pointless and unwarranted, but there were a few comments that was actually quite useful, and I've taken it into account. The next game I'm making is a cozy idle clicker game about collecting mushrooms. I'm really excited about it, and I've put a lot of my own money into it as well to hire a really talented pixel artist called Toltus. The art I'll show on the screen now, and a little gameplay clip as well. I'll put some clips at the end too. And the link to wishlist it is in the description. Basically, hate comments boosted my sales by 1000%, and now I'm eternally grateful for people who told me to give up on my dreams, because it's just made me follow them harder. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.